Hey there, guys and gals, and hello, my friends. This is your host, Joe, Life with Yosef, and this will be Yule 25 Extravaganza number 5. I skipped a lot of road footage, and we're pulling up right here to the border crossing in Lukeville, Pima County, Arizona. And there is nothing here. So I got out and ran some handheld hand footage, and you'll see that now. So we'll see what's next. Good morning, guys and gals, and hello, my friends. This is your host, Joe, Life with Yosef, and this is going to be Yule 25 Extravaganza number 4 or 5. You know, you'd think I'd know this by now, but I am in the town of Lukeville, Arizona, which is south of Ajo, and I am at the international border with Mexico. Now, I'm not going to walk into Mexico because I don't think I have a rabies stuff handy for dude. I don't want to anyway. I have been across the border on foot in Tijuana with the plaintiff a long time ago. And then I went when the Dish and I stayed in Douglas, Arizona, and I walked over, I think it's Agua Prieta. Here's some saguaro cactuses that you see in parts of Arizona, but this is certainly the one of the Arizona, oh Jesus, dude. It's what makes Arizona. It seems to me it's on my plate as well. You can even see on the plate that that saguaro is part of what makes Arizona. Now, I'm meeting Charlie and OG tomorrow. They're going to ride the Goldwing down here. He wants to take a look at the federal campground at Oregon Pike National Monument, which we drove by and we're going to go back to. I don't think they have hookups, and it's a dark sky type of place. So we're going to meet in Ajo tomorrow about noon. And I thought I was going to stay over a day, but if I'm going to break camp, it's over a mile, and the mile uphill I don't want to deal with from the campground into town where the restaurant is. So I figured, hell, if I'm going to break camp to go eat, I might as well just break camp and be on my way. I'll talk a little bit more about the campground, the pluses and the minuses. But so we're in Lukeville, and we're just about done here, and we're gonna walk the dog, and by God, we'll see what's next. I'm standing at the border. I'm gonna walk into Mexico. Look at all the Walmart carts from Mexican citizens who can go shopping at Walmart, which is maybe a half a mile away, and they just leave the carts here. So this is interesting. We're in Mexico. We're in Agua Prieta, Mexico, in Sonora, the state of Sonora. We're on, I don't know where we are. I know we're one block off the main drag, I think. Anyway, I was looking for a dentist, and this one's closed. So, a lot of stray dogs. Now we're a block from the border. We're on 3rd Avenue and 1st Street. Oh! ¿Dónde?
Right in the truck. It says clinic, doctor, dentista.
Ahí, right there?
Sí, it's open right now.
Oh, gracias. Oh, we're going to the dentist. And here's where we ended up having our dentist work done. They charged me $120 in American cash to have a good deep cleaning and scrape off some of the scaling, and they repaired a tooth I chipped in Hawthorne, Nevada last year trying to pull a connector off of my Sirius. I was using my teeth like I shouldn't have been, and I chipped them oddly. So they worked on it. It was clean, it was safe, and we're heading home. Mexican phone booth. Here's the border from the Mexican end. Right at the break in the pavement is the actual border, from concrete to asphalt. And just like that, we're back in America, in Arizona, in Douglas. Here's the line of people lining up to get into Mexico. This is how we walked in here a little while ago. Oh, check out the Volkswagen. Oh, that's an old one. So here we are, and we're gonna walk back here to our car and head back to camp and enjoy the rest of our day. I skipped on some of the road footage here. We're turning in to the visitor center at our park, which is the Oregon Cactus National Monument. Our next stop of the day finds us at the Chris Eggle Visitor Center at Oregon Pike National Monument in Pima County, Arizona. Not too many people here. Dish and I were here, and I'll probably clip in some bonus footage. I've never seen a federal law enforcement using the ghost markings, so this is new to me. But it's got the federal plate, so I'm gonna go with it's not a turnout. After an hour's drive or so from Gila Bend, we are at the Oregon Pike Cactus National Monument Visitor Center. We heard a nice little speech about, or talk about the Ocotillo plant. This is a Oregon Pike cactus in front of us. And the saguaros that we drove through a forest of saguaros on the way down here. This is on Arizona 85. We also drove through the other way a couple of Border Patrol checkpoints, and we saw quite a bit of Border Patrol guys out and about. You see the saguaros? Well, we got inside, and I showed ID and my lifetime pass. I highly recommend any of you. I think it's 62. Anyway, I qualify. It was $80. You see the rattlesnake. You see the jackrabbit. You know, when you play golf on these desert courses, you see a lot of these guys. This part of the display talks about the monsoons, and this ain't no joke. You don't be in washes, dry washes. You think you're going to camp, you're going to have a problem. The Ajo is about 40% paved, and they limit you to 25 feet, and the other one is about 3% paved. And When I asked him how many RVs take it, he kind of looked at me and said, not very many. So we are definitely not going to have to call Matt's Off-Road Recovery to come down and rescue us. I'm not sure of the growth rate, and it's something I'll have to find. But when I was in Tucson years ago, and I rode the Gullwing out to Saguaro National Monument or Park, I stood by about a 6.5 foot saguaro with no arms. And the sign said it took 30 years to grow the 6 feet with no arms. And I was about 30 or in my early 30s when I was there, so it was a long time ago. So I don't know the growth rate. I'll probably look it up. You never know. I always say, oh, I'm going to do this, and I forget because I'm old. So we'll see what's next. I'm taking the little footpath. It's all brick. It's really nice. There are informational signs still here. I think this is a Palo Verde. It's a beautiful day out here. So we're going to see what's next. 42 seconds of the campground. Well, I pulled into one of the sites. You see that they have concrete pads. Some of the picnic tables are concrete, some are metal, and some are wood, or wood composite. You see some trash receptacles, and the shower and the bathhouse. There's not a whole hell of a lot of people out here. I'm kind of surprised, but the generator hours are 8 to 10 in the morning and 4 to 6 in the afternoon. So the plaintiff and I really early on camped in Big Sur at the state park. Julia Pfeiffer, I think. And they had the same type of gig. So we're going to cruise on through. I don't know if you're going to see road footage or not. We'll decide. We're pretty much done down here, and we're going to start heading back. So we'll see what's next. I talked to this guy on the BMW, and he had so many miles on it that the gears in the speedometer wore out. Not just the cable, the actual gearing in the speedometer wore out. And the spindle gear in the drive shaft, he wore out and had to have replaced. And I have never, ever heard of or spoken to a shaft-driven motorcycle rider that had to have the spindle gear replaced. That's Ajo Mountain Drive right in front of us, but we're going to turn left to northbound Arizona 85. We're going to pass on by a little rest pull out here on the left. And I'm going to cut in some bonus footage of when the Dish and I were here, and Chico too. On our way out of the park here, we stopped at this overlook to take a picture of the Ajo Mountains. A-J-O, Ajo, I don't know. There's a town called Ajo along the way that we're going to drive back through. This is about the end of the spring down here. The campground was closing about 2/3 of the sites for the summer. And these are just some other mountains. There's my dog. We fed him Taco Bell yesterday and it plugged him up. So he's not a happy dog, is he? Messy poop. But we love our dog and we'll put up with a bunch of nonsense from him. Well, yeah, we did feed him Taco Bell and we shouldn't have. But he's my baby. So here's our 360-degree view of the Ajo Mountains and the Sonoran Desert and Palo Verde trees. Don't see any ocotillo up here though. So we'll see what's next. You know, it didn't even occur to me that I should do a little restaurant review here of my takeout at Tacos El Tarasco, which is a par 5 from the campground. But I had a chicken and cheese quesadilla. It was really good. They did not skimp, and the two tamal dinner was excellent as well. So I got to give them a absolute 10-10, and if you're in Ajo and you want Mexican food, I could definitely recommend it. So this is your host Joe, Life with Joseph. Thank you for watching and subscribing. Enjoy your day. Peace be with you. May Freya show you favor on the hunt now and in the afterlife. And we'll see you for the next one.